Ayo, welcome back, Strat fans. Carl Strat, the strategy extraordinaire here, and we're back with our Vicky 3 Let's Play today. So, when we left off, we were a bit of a doozy with our money here, but I feel like we're getting our economy on the roll, and we're kind of dodging some political issues. So, eventually, I believe we will get up there. All right, Strat fans. So, let's see. We have to just wait a little bit more. At least we will fail if the Civil War has a Civil War on the planet. I don't think this will happen, so I think we'll be able to take care of the slavery debate today. All right. So we have our unhealthy economy. This is very nasty looking, but um, we I think we can get it. So let's just keep on chugging. I'm going to keep it on 5 speed for a little bit. Um, I'm going to go into our buildings real quick. See how we're doing. So our furniture. Let's see. Nah. Our glass works. That's where we need to do it, because I think if we... That'll up that. Even though it will take a little bit of a hit at first, it does give better jobs. So that, even though it says not enough qualifications, we've just built a buttload of universities, so I feel like we're going to be able to get that. I could use the ammonia process, but I don't know. I think that does... Oh no, it does the same. Alright, it's just substitution. Alright. So other than that, nothing we could change in that. What about rural? See any upgrades we got? We do have a gold field. I will do automatic expansion for that as well. You need to change these to automatic expansion, because they're probably not expanding automatically, but they need to expand because we still have quite a few subsistence farms, which is not good. We need to get them off that. We are taking our balance, trying to make it better. It's going to take a long time, a little bit of time to get that back up. So we're going, but thank God we have a large gold reserve. Even though we have an unhealthy economy, see, when you see like input shortage, it's because there's not enough people working in the building. See, we have an input. Yeah, because we don't have enough people working in there, so we have, But now once we get folks working there, it'll improve the standard of living, which is going up quite a bit, which is going to improve our loyalists, which are also going up, reduce our radicals, and increase our money. So I think auto expanding is going to be great. And of course, okay, so now we have colonial resettlement again, so that helps all of these interest groups that were, radicals, even though it might anger the Indians over here and cause a war. I feel like there's nothing we can do. We have to keep going. So in 21 days, we'll complete another portion of this settling. We do have a good amount of army of troops, so because we've upped it again, I'm going to try to increase the the industries out here, so that they can get into better jobs. I can't have government administration because it's a colony, but I can put a tooling workshop, and I'll start building all of these. Alright, chemical plants. Got a university there, so that's going to be great. Get folks educated and back in work. Alright. Just taking a moment to add in some more buildings. It doesn't cost anything to start building them, but there is infrastructure usage. So you do have to try not to overwhelm your infrastructure, and if you want a building to be done like first, you're gonna have to try to like prioritize it. Also, you want to look at the resources you have here, because like I have logging camps, so I could use and I have coal mines, so I could use steel mills and paper mills, because paper would be made from logs. All right, I'll do a steel mill here as well, and then our government administration uses the paper. All right, so it's Indian territory. Even though there are some folks who probably aren't. Okay, so they want censorship, but I don't think that's a good idea because the intelligentsia is the biggest and they'll oppose it. So why does it say they endorse it? We do have to look at our laws again and see what we can do. So our tax policy still is pretty inefficient in New York. There's nothing we can do because it won't allow us to expand because we need to invent bureaucracy. We still have paper isn't expensive. Let's see if we can get an import route. Ooh, that'll work. The Dutch. The Dutch will help me with that. Low market access. Yeah, I think it's time that we start building some railroads. We do need to increase the market access so that they can be better out there. Alright, starting to dip a little bit in the gold reserves. Let's take a look at the expensive military goods. Is there any import I can do? No, that's not good enough. So what I'm doing when I look at this is I look at the productivity. So if it's a green number, and especially if it's over 1, it's going to be very good to do strat fans because that means it's going to bring in a whole lot more, and you're going to get some tariffs off it too, so it'll help your economy as well. So that's, you don't want to do the negative ones. Even if they have more amounts, you don't want to do that because, especially for us right now, because we're kind of in a deficit. All right, we have high tensions. I should probably try to increase. Let's see if I can, talk to them diplomatically. Okay. Open diplomacy. I don't think I can do any diplomacy with them, can I? Let's see. I already did ban slavery. Regime change. Turn state make that like actions. Okay, there we go. I want to improve relations. That's too much. Pawnee is not. Oh, so decentralized nations you can't. That's kind of dumb. All right. Well, I guess Indians are just screwed. Sorry. I want to improve relations, but I mean it's kind of hard because we're currently taking their land. All right. So let's look at the government, the politics. So Abe Lincoln here. Good old Abe. He's an abolitionist. The only one who isn't in the government is the industrialists, and he's a contested government right now. So we have the Whig Party, which are the evangelicalists and the intelligentsia, are both in there. So that's a lot of clout. Together, I believe that's like, almost 40% of the government right there. So that's a lot. The Democrats are kind of losing their clout, which is great. They're not marginalized yet, but they're getting there. And that's the thing. I think they lost their pro-slavery status. They have elitist, patriarchal, and stratocratic. Patriarchal, agrarian, frontier expansion. He is a radical still, but I think they did lose their slavery thing. So it's the rural folk are very happy too. So they're increasing our infrastructure. There's always a bonus to keep some interest groups happy, because they'll really bump up your infrastructure or some other type of stuff. So let's see, protectionism, free trade. Oh, that gives us a lot of trade value, but we don't get any tariffs. So tariffs are a great thing to help your government in a time of crisis like now. So if we do appointed, we get more intelligentsia, political strength, and taxation policy. So if we try to, the bourgeoisie won't like it, but their clout isn't that bad. I think we'll do that. We'll do appointed because, oh wait, no. Hereditary, that one's bad. That one's really bad. Alright, let's see. National militia. We don't need that or any of that. So I think I'll start going into home affairs. So guaranteed liberties, 2 max home affairs, -1, 10% spread, articles, living. Okay, I think this one would be great to get. And I think only 2 factions just oppose of it, but it won't make them bad or radical, and Jackson and the intelligentsia loves it. So that'll be great. Let's do that. Let's do guaranteed liberties. So everybody, I believe, what's the description of that? The state's Home Affairs Bureau is solely focused on addressing the grievances of the citizens. It is forbidden from investigating or arresting them without due cause. That's perfect. There we go. No longer are you able to just walk into a person's home and arrest them. And it's a 41% chance of success, Stratfan, so I think we have a good chance of making it work. Alright, so standard of living is going up, and our loyalists are going up, but the radicals are too, which I want to see why. Yeah, it's standard of living mostly, and from low legitimacy. We need to get our legitimacy up. Okay, buildings where they had ownership, standard living below expected minimum. So there are still a few that are in the below expected minimum, but we are slowly getting it all over. So our buildings are slowly getting there. So the more folks that are employed, the more we're going to get loyalists. It's just like we have an influx because a lot of them got fired when we changed those work modes. So that's why there's a little bit of radicals, but they are going down, and it's stabilizing and going up for our loyalists. So because our standard of living is going up. So Ohio needs to go up a little bit in the standard of living category. So let's see, 12.4, we need to increase that. Putting in a university did help. Alright. Oh, geez, that's not good. Why did it go down? I wonder why it went down. Well, it went down to 13, but that's not as bad as it is there. We need to really focus on getting those up there. Oh, we have a diplomatic play in Canada. What the... Who are you? Who are... Oh! Oh! The Canadians are having a revolt! Oh, jeez. Well, I don't know. I mean... How are the French... So you guys are called the Quebecian Peasant Revolt. General Pitiable Industries. You have some Bay Company. I'll just be neutral. I'll be neutral in this because if I try to help, you you ain't got no chance, bro. I'm sorry. You ain't got no chance. I mean, I've got a little bit, and I am leaning towards them, but I don't want to. I mean, Russia and Austria is leaning towards them. They're all on the fence. I'm going to... Because I only have 49 troops. I don't have a lot of forces like the Brits start with. I'm going to declare neutrality. They might not like that, but I don't care. Let's see, the Tennessee crop failure. Oh no! Oh, the state of Tennessee was struck with a blight. Crops are dying left and right, and the harvest is sure to be less than expected this year. We noticed some crops dying a few weeks ago, but we didn't think anything of it. We always lose a few. We didn't expect this. Oh, geez, that's going to hurt them. This will affect the harvest. Agriculture. We will help how we can. Okay, so we'll give them some crop wealth. We'll give them some crop relief, and then that'll increase their wealth by 3. Even though that's going to bump up our expenses, because now we're doing an additional expense. Okay, Guaranteed Liberties has attracted new supporters, so now it's 55%. And then we're going to do universal suffrage. Bureaucracy, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so now we can actually advance some institutions, which I'm going to do. Let's see, we'll do, yeah, education first. Yeah, this might be bad. We might have to slow down on our construction for a little bit. I hope that that doesn't last for too long. See if that's an active... Yeah, the crop. Okay, so that will only be active for 28 months, but that's months. So I hope we still have 6 million in the bank until we can get back on our feet. Our man, I don't know what keeps happening with our standard of living, dude. We keep doing better, and then we get hit with something, and that drops us back down and gets a whole bunch of radicals. If we get guaranteed liberties, I think we'll get some more gold rush. South Dakota. Hey, gold has been discovered in American South Dakota. People from all corners of the earth are converging there, confident they will discover the next great lode and become incredibly rich. Spread the word. Migration. Mine, it's all mine. Goldfields building. Yeah, I'll get it. There'll be a gold rush, which will give me some mine, and then I'll get some gold fields. Yeah, that'll help. That'll help reduce some of these expenses. I hope. Newly found the Progressive Party. All right. So, Abe Lincoln. Let's see. I think he was. So the Democratic Party has lost a lot of momentum. The Democratic Party is going to win right now. 1840 elections. Okay, what? Where's the current election? Okay, so right now our government with Abe, he's running the Progressive Party, but the Democratic Party has kind of taken everybody else in now. So he took his own, he made his own party, but he maybe screwed himself with that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get a lot of folks flocking to it to keep him in power, but I don't know. Okay, expanding our mining industries completed. Okay, production increased. Okay, the first part of the economic dominance objective. Continue to complete journal entries to unlock additional tasks. Alright, that's step 1 done, Strat fans. So, if you remember, our journal told us where we have to go. So we've done the mines in Virginia. So all we have to do is now we have to refine our production. So have at least 4 steel mills in one state. So that means we need to, wherever our mines are, we need to pump out the steel mills so we can refine them. All right, so need to get Texas statehood, urbanized states, United States of America, patronize romanticism. There's a lot of different events that I can trigger. That's not good. Yeah, losing their jobs. Not a lot, though. Most of it's from decreases and legitimacy. I think that's because Abe Whitten formed his own party. Now, if I add them, that's just gonna cause more problems. I mean, if I do add them, Abe might stay in. I might have a better chance to stay in. Let's see, what was new in here? Unproductive trade route. Alright, let's get that taken care of. Alright. We now have guaranteed liberties. That's good. So now we have less radicals from that, more from increases, and yeah, they're neutral, and they're neutral, but these guys are better. So now we have guaranteed liberties, and we have more home affairs institution, and we activated it. All right, so that should give us a boost. Well, we're having a lot of radicals because of the let's see, legitimacy and standard of living. That's what I knew. But the standard of living, it's going down, even though I don't understand why it's going down. Is it just because? Oh. So do I have to incorporate it? Is that why? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know they were unincorporated. I think it's probably because the population is still in subsistence farms. That's why I think it is. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Most of the folks are still in subsistence farms, which is not good. We need to destroy them. So if we increase deployment, privately owned, serfdom, production might get home workshops. I mean, I don't know what that does, and I'm kind of too scared to try it because I mean, gold discovered in Sonora can now support additional gold fields. Commander commends Civic Coalition. General Shubrick of the Democratic Party, bringing into question the political neutrality of the military. Say what he wants. Momentum will be added to the party. Reprimand him. Officer press become radical. Becomes a politician. Becomes a leader. And then he'll get the politician trait. Okay. Was his views? I don't know what his views are. He's rather old. He's a Dixie. He's a moderate. Doesn't have a lot of traits. I mean, the Democrats, it's going to give them a lot of momentum. I want Abe to stay in power, but I don't think he will. I mean, he had a good run. Yeah, he had a good shift. All right, I'll let him say what he wants. Alright, so with that, next law they want is universal suffrage, I believe. Let's do, where is it? Okay, so universal. Oh, that'll radicalize the industrialists, and the Southern planners won't like that either. But it increases our legitimacy. It really does. So I think that'll be good. If it radicalizes the industrialists, and we have a... I don't think it'll make them... How much clout do they have? Oh, they have 16. That might not be a good idea, right? Like, just yet. Might not be a good idea. See if there's another way to increase our legitimacy, because that's really what's causing all of these problems, is legitimacy. Guardianship, property women, workforce ratio. Can't radicalize them. Child labor. I need to restrict that. Dependents. Social Security. Migration controls. Public schools. No help. Go charitable hospitals. No. All separation. Elected bureaucrats. Appointed. Hereditary. No. Yeah, that's not gonna fly. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to do to get more legitimacy. Other than, you know, do the universal suffrage, but I don't want to radicalize another faction. Because the industrialists are really... I don't know why they're so radicalized. Or so very angry to have that. Well, let's see if I can increase them into my government, and then if I add 20 on that, that'll make it into a legitimate government. Alright, so I'll add them into my party. That way they're in my party. And maybe maybe that will make them... I mean, it'll still radicalize. I'm gonna go for it, Strat fans, because I feel like we need to do that to help us. Even though the industrialists and Southern planners are going to oppose it, they both don't have a lot of clout compared to us. So if we try to get it, I think we can get it through. They might oppose it. Afro-Caribbean migration. Oh, we got an achievement. Poor Holomet. Have a cultural migration target in one of your states. Alright. Alrighty. Got an achievement. We're still slowly burning money though, Strap fans. This is not looking good. And we're getting a lot more radicals. We're losing loyalists. We need to increase our standard of living like now, because this is not good. Some are still losing their jobs. Sure, France, I'll trade with you. What happened there? Did I lose tariffs on France? Is that what it was? Jeez. I'm gonna have to do something about this. See see if there's another consumption tax I could do. Now give me 6. These aren't enough. That'll do something. If I reduce that, I'll reduce their approval and my prestige. I'm gonna have to for both. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Ooh, that actually helped. Hey, there we go. We're gonna lose approval, but we're gonna have to. I have to do that so that we can actually, you know, get some money. Alright, baking powder, rubber mastication. Alright, we're gonna have to wait until we can get more, until we can enact those, because we want to try to balance our economy. Now, I reduced the taxes and wages. Well, I didn't increase taxes, though. I reduced the wages. Gold discovered. Alright, in Guerrero. Where's that? Oh, that's Mexican. Election. The Democratic Party is in. Let's see who replaced Abe. Walter Alford. Okay. So he's a bourgeoisie. Alright. Our legitimacy went up though. Oh, the industrialists are angry. Yeah. So Abe is in his own party that actually is the biggest party, but isn't so we're getting there. We're getting close to getting there. So there's a medium and there's a high radicalism from that because of the industrialists. That might be too. I don't need this. I can't change it. So, come on. Well, I guess I gotta remove that. Can't afford it. Let's do. I don't want to reduce the military wages anymore. I'm gonna have to increase the tax. I know they ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna have to. That's gonna reduce the standard of living, but I can't help it, guys. I can't. I have to do that. Oh, we have universal suffrage. Whoa, that did a lot of radical removal, and it added a lot of loyalists. So that's good. Because our legitimacy just went up. We got more legitimacy from votes. Even though... Okay, so faith and reason. Alright, let's see. Disagreements between the evangelicalists and the intelligentsia are causing conflicts in the government. Nonsense belongs in the past. Let's see. Science determines fact. Fiction, faith determines morality. Well... What are my penalties for that? How long does that... Is that active? How long is that active? 5... God damn, dude. That's gonna put a staple in it. But we're getting a lot less radicals now. Education is increased, so that means we're going to start improving. I don't know why our standard of living is going down. We have more education. We have all that stuff. Well, it is going down, I know, because we had to put up our taxes. Alright, I'm gonna have to reduce the consumption tax on tobacco. I'm gonna have to remove it. I can't afford to not have authority. I need it. Because I need more enactment time. Alright, so radicalism is actually low because I think the industrialists lost almost all their clout. Let's see, that might have just screwed them over. Southern planters are unhappy, but they're not radical. And they're unhappy, not radical. Alright, so let's see what we can do now. So we have universal suffrage. And that's even less. Okay, so I believe we do have women's suffrage down here. I'll eventually get to that. Let's see if I can do dedicated police force. That'll radicalize the southern planters, but everyone else will endorse it. What does that do me? Let's see. Let's see here. Per capita, that's probably the best one. I hear that's the best one to do. Public schools. Liberties. Keep that. I want to do charity hospitals. But again, I don't want to piss off the industrialists until I can get them, better. And I don't want to piss these guys off either. Again, censorship isn't good either. But it gives me more authority. Authority isn't that sought after because you could still like you can still get a lot of money and all that. It's all about like enacting stuff and making sure your stuff gets through fast. I could do this laissez-faire, but I don't think it gives you an investment pool. Interventionism is, but this improves it. Can subsidize infrastructure and trade centers. Low interest rate. Okay. Let's see. Migration controls. I'm not doing closed borders. Slavery banned. It's not coming back anytime soon. Let's I think we may just sit on this and see what they want, because right now we're just going to be fighting against census suffrage. So let's see what they want. Okay, getting a lot of technologies. Just what technology are we even researching? Oh right, I think we're researching human rights. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're researching. I forget. It's been so long since I actually looked at the research tab, Strat fans. All right, so it's looking better, looking up. Even though our tax policy is going to hurt people right now, I'm hoping that eventually, once we get that number goes up, we can increase our standard of living. It's the only reason why it's going down is because of the tax. I had to put taxes on everything, but I'm expanding industries, expanding stuff. So I feel like we're going to be able to really up the ante on all this. So now it's when we have to build some more stuff. All right. So let's get those up. Expand these. Because that's the thing. We're focusing too much on building like the basics. We need to expand. That's why nobody's getting there. Okay, so that's human rights. All right. Whoa. Okay. That's pan-nationalism. Yeah, that'll give me more authority. Taxation, capacity, home affairs, mutual funds, minting. Well, I think that'll probably come in the best. Mutual funds. Yeah, I think that'll come in clutch right now. Alrighty. Let's see how my buildings are doing. Farms are not doing so hot. Let's do harvesting tools. Ox-powered plows. So rich farming, citrus orchards, no. Fig, maintain single crop. Soil enriching farming. That's on rice farms. We do need to get rail transportation, because that'll really increase our employment opportunities, as well as we'll get more laborers. Well, we'll lose laborers, so we'll have to expand elsewhere, but that'll free them up to go somewhere else. I could do something to increase the standard of living, but I'd have to pay for it. So, like wheat farms, I could subsidize, and look, but that'll increase the standard of living. So if I subsidize all these rural buildings that I'm building, that's too much. That maize farms, that's way too much, so I can't subsidize them. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. That'll work. Yeah, okay. No, that's too much. Okay. I don't advise this, but right now we're kind of in crisis. Alright, so a little bit of subsidies may go a long way in attracting folks there. Alright, let's get some of these subsidies off then. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can afford it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we can't afford to subsidize all of them, but we can subsidize a few. Alright, inputs, shortage, we have engines, so we need to build more engines. Let's get some from the British market. Alright. Alright, Strat fans, and with that, that's gonna wrap it up today. I feel like we've made a lot of progress. Enacted quite a bit of laws this episode. We're getting to a point where we're going to be able to finish the slavery debate, and the Southern planters will lose the Missouri Compromise, which they'll lose their strength and like kind of be wiped out. We just have to go at least, I think we've gone 4 years. We gotta go 6 more years, and then that'll happen. So, when we return, we're gonna try to look at this standard of living problem that we're having here. Because ouchie, mama, that's not doing good. Because we hover over, there's a lot of places that are, yeah, they're not doing too hot. But with that, that'll conclude it today, Strat fans. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, if you enjoy this series and enjoy watching me play Vicky 3 or enjoy Vicky 3 in general, please feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow me, and if you enjoy what I do, shout me out in the comments. Say, hey, like what you do, Colonel, keep it up. All right, Strat fans, and with that, that'll do it for me. This is Colonel Strat, the strategy extraordinaire. Keep it strategic, Strat fans. Colonel out.